Hi, this is Carrie Brownstein.
This is DJ Premier.
This is Darren Aronofsky.
You got the RZA right here.
Rose McGowan.
Radiohead.
Aisha Tyler.
Tribe Called Quest. Fred Armisen.
Prince Paul.
Javier Munoz. Seth Meyers.
Frankie Cosmos.
Flying Lotus.
Hi, we're Chaim, and you're listening to the Talkhouse Podcast.
What's up? What is up? I'm Elia Einhorn here with another episode of the Talkhouse Podcast. Today I'm joined from the Windy City by
Josh Modell, Executive Editor. What's up, Elio?
Hey, man. Great to hear your voice. Thank you so much for joining me for this week's show. We have a very cool episode. Knox Fortune in conversation with Brandon Wardell. This is the third and final conversation that we recorded last year in late September at the fantastic Life is Beautiful Festival in Las Vegas.
Yeah, we had an amazing time there. We did a couple of other podcasts. This year's festival was actually just announced. It's in September in Vegas. And
it's hot, man. It's hot.
Chance the Rapper, Billie Eilish, Vampire Weekend, Zedd, Lil Wayne. Like, they get some real names.
Totally. And then they're bringing in Deezus and Miro. They're bringing in Pod Save America. It's awesome. Great curation.
Toto is also playing. Just FYI.
I saw that. Guest appearance, Rivers Cuomo. We'll see.
It's got to be.
For this talk, Brandon and Knox sat down on the festival campus at National Southwestern Recording. That's in the back of the amazing 11th Street Records. And the two had what can only be called a fantastically freewheeling conversation.
Clearly, you can tell these guys are old friends.
Totally. They go back a ways to Chicago. Knox Fortune is from Chicago. He's a producer, singer, and songwriter. Dude won a Grammy for his work on Chance the Rapper's coloring book. I think that's where a lot of us first heard his name. But Knox has produced for a ton of Chicago's best MCs. He's worked with Joey Perp, Vic Mensa, and so many more. Knox also releases his own tracks, which to me blend influences as disparate as old hip-hop and then like the Flaming Lips.
Yeah, man, it's interesting stuff. He's a really talented dude.
He is, and collaborates a lot. He recently featured on Intellectual's new track, Rockstar. That's a couple of the guys from The Social Experiment, which Chance was involved with for a long time. But listeners, I want to play for you one of Knox's solo joints. Check out a clip from Keep You Close. Josh, would you agree that is very different from what you think of as someone who won a Grammy for working with Chance the Rapper?
Absolutely. It's no, all night, I was drinking all night. Sorry, I'm not going to do that.
Yes.
Apologies, Knox.
Brandon Wardell is also deeply entrenched in the Chicago scene, but not associated with it in the same way.
Yeah, he spent a ton of time here, but, I think he got better known as he moved out to LA and did some TV and did some stand-up.
One of the curses of our fine city, Chicago.
That's right.
Josh.
People are always leaving to get more famous. Now he's doing a great podcast called Yeah, But Still. He was recently in this amazing new Netflix show called I Think You Should Leave, which if you guys haven't seen it yet, you absolutely should.
He also hilariously played Skrillex on What Would Diplo Do? That's the Viceland show that co-stars James Vanderbeek as Diplo himself.
Yeah, and he's been on shows like Doug Benson's The High Court, Adam Devine's House Party, The Meltdown with Jonah and Kumail, At Midnight.
Last year, Brandon dropped the ASMR comedy album, an ASMR album.
This is definitely a guy who's on the rise. You'll be seeing a lot more of him in 2019.
For sure. And the guys, as I mentioned, really get into a lot in this conversation. I know that some of our team were laughing as it was being recorded. I was certainly laughing as I was editing. We hear about what pop stars have the best and worst fans.
Who Banksy really might be.
The truth comes out. We hear about the Chicago band Twin Peaks versus the infamous gamer Ninja.
And of course, because these are young men, we hear about comic characters' uncomfortable sexual proclivities.
Josh, as guys who follow new music, I loved hearing their take on Trippie Redd versus Juice WRLD.
Yeah, and from there, they go to the great Emo Rap versus the Beatles debate, which we're all having.
Around every dinner table in America.
Oh, for sure.
The debate rages. They also get into what particular drug fueled both Home Alone and Aladdin, and we hear a lot about Kanye. Should we roll it?
Let's hear it.
This is maybe a great way to start off the pod, but
do we need to introduce ourselves?
Oh, that's a great idea. See, you're a natural born podcaster.
I know. I'm
my
71
first time.
episodes in.
Are you
on my
serious?
own
No,
pod.
you're not.
Yeah. Well, we have to
Whoa.
do 2 episodes a week. One for free, one for Patreon.
Whoa.
You know?
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard out here. You gotta get on Patreon.
Yeah.
So wait, we should introduce ourselves. I'm Brandon Wardell.
And I'm Knox Fortune.
We're both at Life is Beautiful
Festival.
in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada.
Yes.
We both performed, and now here we are. I performed comedy and you performed music, and now here we are performing podcasting.
Which is kind of a combination of comedy and music. It's hosted on Apple Music.
Sure, yes.
Right, not Apple
Yeah.
Podcasting.
Is it?
No,
Talkhouse?
I think it's called Apple Music, right?
It's on Apple Music?
There's not an Apple Podcast yet. Even if
There
it's
is
not
Apple Podcasts.
as a separate entity.
Yes, the podcast app. Yeah.
Oh, well,
Don't try to step to me talking about. don't
just
try
remember
to,
the hierarchy
Don't try to
of
fucking mansplain
media.
podcasts to me, okay? I am a fucking veteran, and I'm a veteran podcast guest. I'm a veteran podcast host.
So I'm here
we
with
are.
veteran podcast host Brandon Wardell, live in sunny, bright, hot Las Vegas, Nevada.
Beautiful Las Vegas.
You know
I was
what's a
just
weird
thinking about,
thing?
you know how like musicians are always like, I love my fans. Like I love my fans so much. Like I fucking hate my fans.
Is it? See, but you don't get to pick your fans. Some people just get
Yeah.
the luck of the draw, and they get an incredible group of fans who are like cool.
But like how many people have like I think like as the scale grows, it becomes much harder to have a cool fan base. Like I don't think like who's like a big artist
That has really
That has,
cool
like-
fans. I mean, Kanye West, one of my favorite artists. Worst fans.
the worst fans. Yeah.
bar none. Travis Scott, bad fans.
Bad fans.
Sorry
I mean,
to
I
the
think-
fans of Travis Scott. You're
You know,
bad. at being a
Great
fan.
guy.
Great
Bad
guy,
fans.
seemingly. Bad fans.
I mean, that's the thing.
The Cranberries, most likely good fans, I would say. The Cranberries
Okay.
probably have great fans.
Sure. Yeah, probably.
You know? They seem like easygoing people.
I mean, well,
Irish
yeah,
people.
The thing about fan bases in general is I do think if you're a fan of anything, you're like a loser.
That's an American thing. Because,
Like,
dude, when I was in Japan, I was saying this earlier, but we played to so many people because
and I'm not saying that
they're
liking
not
things
afraid
is-
to be
I
a
love
fan,
liking
though.
things.
No, but in
And
America,
I'm openly a fan of things.
but will you stand
but-
in a line for like a trendy new food item? Because I will not.
No.
But people in Japan will.
Sure.
They
Yeah.
are very okay with being an obsessive fan of something and
Yeah.
not pushing it. They don't even want to meet you, really.
Yeah.
They just want to see your show. They just want to see you do
They're
what you
roast.
do, and then they'll leave you alone. In America, no one will line up to your shit and then
Yeah.
harass you to meet you. And you're like, why do you want to meet me?
Right.
You won't even line up for the thing I'm giving you.
Well, yeah, that's like a weird thing that'll happen, I think, because of the internet. I
It
think
is.
that there's sometimes like I'll do a meet and greet after shows, and it's clear that like for the most part it's people that, you know, like I feel really great about like the crowds for the most part, but sometimes I'll meet people at a meet and greet where you get this vibe of like you didn't give a shit about this show. You like just
You
wanted
might
to get
have
this.
just came
you
for
just
the
like
meet and
wanted
greet,
to like
yeah.
get this gram off.
yes.
Yeah.
That is absolutely the truth. That's why Kanye is trying to disenfranchise the...
I
like-
love the
likes.
kick Kanye's on right now. He's
Like he just
posting the
woke
art.
up.
He's like posting that art where it's like somebody like doing
Yo.
heart surgery, but the heart is a like, and it's
I
like,
know.
oh, this man just found out about Banksy.
And,
Like,
and the explore page of Instagram.
Yeah,
and
like,
like, oh my God.
no, he's like the dumbest genius.
That was some true Banksy shit.
Yeah, but like not even Banksy.
Not
like
in like some like genius
bad
thing.
like LA street art.
Right, because I actually went to a
Like-
Banksy Andy Warhol exhibit in Amsterdam and it was pretty sick.
No, I mean respect.
Mad
to
respect,
Banksy.
but it is a hilarious thing.
Who do you think?
Banksy is.
Banksy is.
What
What if it was
Madonna?
just like? What if it was just like Larry the Cable Guy?
I
and
actually
everybody had
heard,
to like be like, oh shit.
I
we
can't
really
even. It's just Larry
underestimated-
the Cable
We really
Guy.
underestimated Larry the Cable Guy.
It's Norm Macdonald. He's been Banksy the whole time.
Dude, Norm's been getting too much shit lately.
No, I
Norm
have
is
huge respect for Norm
truly-
Macdonald.
I've expressed this a lot.
I think I might have talked to you about Norm Macdonald.
I think he's the greatest comedian alive.
Yeah, you
I think
really
he's like
like
the
him,
funniest
right?
guy
Yeah,
alive.
okay.
And he basically like he just did some interview where he was like he was sort of defending Louis and Roseanne, and it's like maybe he could have worded it better, but it's like, yeah, those are his friends.
Dude, I didn't even see
He's
that.
a 60-year-old man, and these are his
friends just take Ambien and tweet racist shit and do strange sexual acts.
I had
that are
Roseanne's
completely wrong.
I
that
had Roseanne's son on the podcast.
No way.
Yeah.
Wait, isn't he like a fan of you and
VT
Jack
Bar.
or something?
Yeah.
Or something? Yeah.
They like him and Jack play Fortnite.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Do you play?
What's up?
Do you play?
I don't play Fortnite. Do you?
I won and then I quit playing.
You won once you.
I have a Nintendo Switch and I
once
played.
you got
yeah.
one.
I won.
like-
I got number 1 and I quit.
Sick.
Yeah. That was like a month ago. It was really crazy. I was like screaming.
Yeah.
And all my roommates were like, dude, you have a problem. And then I was like, I'm going to stop playing this game forever now because I screamed at my friends for winning.
Yeah. It's I've thought about it. I've thought about becoming a gamer.
What do you think about Ninja? I heard he said the N-word.
Did he?
That's what I heard. My friend
He
Jack
said-
Dolan from the band Twin Peaks, we walked past Ninja at Lala and he said, fuck you, Ninja. Fucking racist.
He did?
Mhm.
What?
Yeah. In real life.
Why?
Because I think he said the N-word.
I think he was like rapping.
Yeah,
It's okay.
He was he
Here's
was an
the-
audience
yeah.
member at a Kendrick Lamar concert actually who got pulled up on stage and
It
got
was.
caught.
I mean, I don't know. Travis Scott told him he was allowed to say it.
That's my least favorite. That's the worst excuse for saying the N-word.
No, Travis was like,
People at home, don't say the
yeah,
N-word.
yeah.
It's a horrible
Ninja
word.
was like, hey man, can I say the N-word? And then Travis was like, yeah.
He was the cover of ESPN magazine, I
Yeah.
think, this month,
Yeah.
which is the first time a gamer has been put on the cover of a
Gamers
ESPN
rise
magazine.
up.
Gamers rise up. yo.
Gamers rise up. Let's fucking go.
I don't dig that. I feel
don't
like
dig what?
you're not on
That he's on the cover of
ESPN
magazine?
Didn't like
Well,
Serena
like-
Williams just like
I mean, honestly,
have this
like,
momentous?
it's, I mean,
Maybe they're
it's
looking
like-
for fresh faces.
isn't Print dead?
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know, like, sure.
fuck
like,
it. Put a gamer on the
Yeah, a
Yeah.
gamer got on ESPN magazine.
Put Mike Tyson on the cover of Vogue or
Yeah, like,
just
I don't
do
know,
bizarre
man,
shit
like,
at this point.
I didn't know that ESPN the magazine was
was a thing. I actually did
still
not.
existed.
I used to get Sports Illustrated for kids
Yeah.
sent to my house.
Sam.
That was a big one.
I got Sports
Yeah.
Illustrated for kids for a minute. For like a
Multiple
while.
years,
I was like,
yeah, for
I
sure.
got Sports Illustrated
Subscription.
for kids. That's back when I like played backyard baseball.
every day, like
Um,
very religiously. I did as
Fucking
well.
fucking sick game. But then, I got Sports Illustrated for kids for a while, and then, my dad he had a lifetime subscription to Sports Illustrated proper, Sports Illustrated for
SI.
adults.
Oh yeah,
And,
for adults.
February comes around,
Is that the swimsuit
you
issue?
get that swimsuit issue in the mail,
Mhm.
and
yeah,
you hit a certain age, and you're done with Sports Illustrated for kids.
the kid shit.
You're like, oh
Yeah.
man, I like babes now.
Do you ever read Foxtrot, the comic book? Or the
Yeah,
comic?
classic.
That was like a running thing where it'd be like Peter Fox, I think his name was. It would be like the swimsuit issue would come out. He'd be like you remember like Brock from Pokemon was like extremely horny at all times.
Yeah.
Peter Fox was kind of like that
Oh,
figure
right.
where he was like, I gotta get my hands on this SI
Yeah.
like swimsuit issue. And I was like, this is like a weird like sexualized aspect
Right.
of Foxtrot.
Yeah, I don't want any of my beloved comic strip characters to jack off.
Yeah, dude. What if they
Can we
in
be
trouble?
filthy? Are we allowed to be raunchy? I'm getting a thumbs up. I'm getting a thumbs up.
A sign of approval for
Yeah.
raunchiness.
That's my favorite thing on podcasts is when like 20 minutes in they're like, "Can we cuss?"
Yeah. I've done that in so many interviews though. My first interview I ever did was the day after Coloring Book came out and Complex called me at
Oh wow.
9 a.m. I'm not kidding. That's not
Yeah.
even an exaggeration. They called me at 9 a.m. I don't even know how they got my number.
Yeah.
And I was brain dead because I was really hungover because we'd
You're like
partied hard.
celebrating, yeah.
Coloring book had just come out. We'd had a great night. And the next morning, I swore the entire interview. I was like,
Yeah.
it was fucking cool to meet the people in the studio. I don't know. I just sounded so
Yeah.
dumb. And then they printed it, and it made me think differently about cussing as a whole, but
Sure.
especially on a microphone.
Yeah.
Because I had looked unintelligent, I thought.
Yeah, I mean, Newsweek used a quote recently that made me like very dumb.
What did you
Where
say?
I was like, it was actually when I was leaving Chicago. Like I was like, I had just done a show at the Hideout, and then I was going to like Grand Rapids, and
We got dinner that day.
yeah,
Yeah, we did.
yeah, hell yes, cheers.
Cheers to getting dinner.
Clink on my. Yeah, great dinner, and like on the way to Grand Rapids, I get a call. Like I forgot that I had agreed to do some Newsweek interview, and I got high in the car, and then I was just like joking around and just sort of like trolling, and didn't think that they would use any quotes.
Donald
And, like, they
Trump
always-
is like bad.
Like they're always gonna use the worst quote.
yeah.
And so I was talking about ASMR, and I was like, yeah, I don't know, man. Like he was just like, well, what sucks is they ask you questions and then cut out the questions and
The
then just
good
leave
ones.
the answers.
Oh, yeah.
Like they'll just
It's
like
now.
leave the quote of the thing you said, but not the context with which, like they won't
Yeah.
leave the question. And so it like makes you look like a buffoon.
They might have asked the dumbest question
Yeah,
you've ever
so
heard. Sometimes
I'm pretty
people
sure-
in interviews
yeah.
are like, are you touring soon?
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, I'm going to be doing a bunch of dates. And they're like, oh, this guy's a dumbass. And you're
Right.
like, you just asked me the dumbest shit
Yeah.
I've ever heard.
Yeah. Yeah, they asked me something about like, oh, like do you like ASMR or something? And I like
Yeah,
had
made
said
an
something
album.
about like, yeah, I don't know, like sometimes I smoke weed and then I'll watch a ASMR video. And I had like offhandedly said that I like to get crossfaded on ASMR and Kush. Like I was like, ASMR is like video drugs. It's like saying that, which it kind of is, yeah.
I'm not going to lie. The
And-
first ASMR experience I had was your album.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was really bizarre.
I'm glad you. I am
I
glad
was
you
like,
listened
holy
to it.
shit, this is what ASMR
I
is.
do.
blew my
I
mind.
appreciate when people tell me they've listened to it.
What does it stand for? Audio sensory.
Audio sensory meridian response.
What is a meridian? Is something in the brain, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I went to audio school, so
Oh.
some people don't know that. I went to college for audio
Where?
and Columbia College in Chicago.
Okay.
I didn't fully finish, but they graduated me anyways.
There's some great Columbia dropouts.
All the greatest Columbia alums are dropouts.
Yeah.
None of them actually
Who
graduated.
did Hannibal go there?
He probably dropped out.
I think
Kanye dropped out.
Kanye dropped out.
Rhymefest dropped out. I don't know.
Kyle Kinane,
Who's that?
he's a Chicago comedian.
Oh.
Or I mean, formerly Chicago. He's-
Colin Kroom of Twin Peaks. I think he might have actually
Oh,
finished.
I can't believe
Thelonious Martin.
he yelled that thing. He yelled, "Fuck you, ninja."
No, that was Jack.
Oh, okay.
Jack Dolan.
Different guy from Twin Peaks.
Yeah, he's he just
Yeah.
knows what's
I don't
right.
think
That
ninjas.
guy,
I don't
he's
think
a great
ninjas.
guy.
I don't think ninjas racist.
I don't know. I mean, I think there's
I'll
like
say that.
a realm of people that like
do think
say
that-
the
I think
N-word
he's,
on
like-
internet games without
Yeah.
thinking that they're talking to an actual person. But as somebody that never
you remember
participated,
you remember
I hate those people.
You know PewDiePie, right?
No.
He's-
or
he's-
PewDiePie. Something.
He's
yeah.
pretty big online.
Is it
I'm not
for
like
gaming?
a fan or whatever. Yeah, but yes.
Oh.
And he had used the N-word and people got mad at him. And then he apologized, but he was like, oh, it was in the midst of a heated gaming moment.
I've been in heated moments plenty of
Which I
times and
love.
never said
I
the
love-
N-word.
yeah.
That's my disconnect with these people where I'm like,
Well, yeah.
no, you're just like a fucking lame who like is slightly secretly racist and it comes out when you're playing video games. Which is
Right.
all that just saying that out loud just makes them even like lamer. And I'm like, these people got so worked up they yelled a racial slur while playing a video
fucking-
game. It's
Real quick. Oh, okay, there
What
we
are you
go.
looking
I thought
for?
I lost my sunglasses.
You
We can
keep-
keep it.
you
We
keep
can,
thinking.
We can keep it in. We can fix it in post. Honestly, keep it.
Brandon keeps
Keep
thinking
it. I
he's
don't
losing
know.
his sunglasses.
Keep the fucking.
I think it's a metaphor though.
For what?
Losing something else.
Losing my sense of self.
Yeah.
I thought I lost
virginity.
I thought I lost my sunglasses. I just lost all of my sense of identity.
It happens to the best.
Yeah.
What I was gonna say this a while ago though. I think you might be interested in this too.
Yes.
I think I was at one point the least followed verified user on all of Twitter.
No way.
To this day, I was
No
verified
fucking way.
with 90 followers.
What?
Yeah.
When?
Years ago.
Why?
I have no idea to this day. I was not represented by anybody
This is before you were working with like Pat or anybody?
way before. Like, I was working with Joey and Kane on Leather Corduroys, that project.
Sure.
And there was a day where we all became verified in 2015.
With 90 followers?
And I had 95. I just created a Twitter account with Vic. I was with Vic, and Vic Mensa created my Twitter account.
Yeah. Are you an industry plant?
And this is all leading up to me saying that I am an industry plant.
Oh, yeah.
I will admit it on the record. I was planted by Jack from Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a huge part of my career. No,
Yeah,
I'm
he
kidding. I don't know
he's-
Jack from Twitter.
It's weird that
He's a real person. He's
the
like
Proud
Tom from
Boys
MySpace.
are verified.
Who's the
You
Proud
know?
Boys?
Gavin McInnes's group. People are mad because they're like, oh, Jack's a Nazi sympathizer. That's what they say.
Whoa,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
I mean, it's, they are using Twitter and he's not really doing much to
stop them
I mean, I guess Alex Jones got banned.
from PayPal and from Twitter. right?
Yeah.
he just got
It's-
banned from PayPal today. Though, I
Why?
think.
How did he? Don't ban him from PayPal.
PayPal's like
I
a really
understand,
interesting
like, whatever.
form
I don't know,
of
man. It's like,
why are they
Honestly,
taking the stand?
yeah.
PayPal? It's like Instagram or something should be like, Alex Jones sucks. We're not going to post his hate speech anymore. But for PayPal to do it, it's kind of like, is that your place to
I mean,
even
it's
do
weird.
it?
It all feels like this is happening way too late because, like, I feel like that should have happened a while ago because Alex Jones has already become like a caricature of himself, where it's like once he posted that video of like him like playing with 2 fidget spinners at once. I was like, oh, the snake is swallowing its own tail.
Yeah.
Like anytime somebody does like an Alex Jones parody, it's like, yeah, Alex Jones is already
He's a crazy
doing
person.
that.
He's a public crazy
Like
person.
the bar is already so high in terms of like performance
yeah.
that
it's
you
hard
can't
to,
really like
It's hard to outdo him.
top it. I mean, it's sort of the same with the president.
Yeah. It's just desensitizing us to everything.
Yeah.
We got a lot of people that do that. We have a dude who's very famous now who has 69 tattooed on his face. And he has rainbow hair.
What's his name?
His name is Tekashi69.
Yeah. He literally, that was like the first time I ever felt old. Is
Dude,
when I went on his
know.
Spotify and I looked at the numbers. Like
And-
I didn't know. I remember seeing Tekashi 69 years ago because of Felix Biederman,
No.
like Buy Your Logic on Twitter.
I've heard of Buy Your Logic.
Yeah,
on
he's
Twitter.
like one of the hosts of Chapo Trap House.
Okay, cool.
And he like posted some photo of Tekashi years ago where it says like he's wearing some shirt that says like pussy N-word on it and the number 69. And this is sort of like during his early days. Like I knew that he was around and I knew that like some people were listening to his music, but I didn't know that all of his songs on
the same
Spotify
thing.
have like
Oh.
massive numbers. Like all of them
yeah,
have like
totally. Like
at least like 300 million streams.
I think
or
like
whatever.
Gucci Gang by Lil Pump. I actually fuck with Lil Pump too, so I'm not
Sure.
really lumping him into the same category. But he's like Gucci Gang might have more streams than like any Kanye song,
Yeah.
any Beatles song for sure.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
kind of
I mean,
crazy. I mean, the Beatles have been
it's
around for a while,
crazy.
so they're not releasing this new music that
Yeah.
is infectious that people
mean,
like. So
they're
it's a little
doing
hard
fine.
to compare. I think they're doing fine.
Yeah.
Paul McCartney's new GQ interview was actually really crazy. He talked about masturbating with some of the other Beatles. I don't know if you read that.
I read the headlines. I read that he like jacked off.
Did
with
you see
John
the one
Lennon.
headline?
What?
Beat the Beatles.
Okay. Who wrote that?
I think it was like the New York Post or some like insane trash.
Yeah, that's like the. I mean, yeah, that's the thing is the New York Post. You know, very toxic publication, but incredible headlines.
Yeah.
Consistently very funny headlines. Like the New York Post is so much funnier than like most comedians.
For sure. Yeah, no,
Like,
they do a great job
Yeah.
at being funny and not being a good news source.
Yeah.
But
Like-
they, I don't know, maybe that's a joke that like, I was kind of thinking like maybe my parents have heard that shit a million times because they grew up with the Beatles and like people in their like high school would be like, Beat the Beatles, because their first album's called Meet the Beatles.
Right.
And I was just like never privy to this joke, and now I see it on the headlines and I think it's the greatest thing I've ever seen.
And you're like, oh, that's the first time anyone's ever said that.
Yeah, that's the first time anyone's ever said the New York Post created that. When really
Sure.
it's, there's like a 65-year-old dude who's like, I remember this joke from my high school where we used to say
Right.
beat the Beatles.
Yeah.
Let's make it a headline. Let's make it a headline. They're all like
Yeah.
Southerners too at the New York Post.
At the New York Post?
Yeah, it's they're like Foghorn Leghorn.
Yeah.
Well, I say beat the Beatles.
Oh, wait, may we please have one more beer, please?
Yeah, could we get an emergency
Yes,
beer
thank you.
situation? It's a state of emergency in Las Vegas right now. There's a state of we were talking about this pre-cast recording, but there's a state of emergency for marijuana in Las Vegas
Yeah.
because it's prescription now, but nothing grows here because it's a desert.
So
and
what's the emergency?
that people can't get their prescription?
Oh, right.
That's like it's like a real.
Oh, so they're like,
It's a real
we
thing
need
that's really funny.
Kush.
Yeah, because I remember being in high school and being like,
Yeah.
it's a drought. There's no weed. We need weed. There's no way to get it. But it wasn't really a drought. It was
Yeah.
just a drought within my local Kush sourcing community.
Yeah. What if I like just now got super into weed culture? Like
right now,
as a 26-year-old in 2018.
like every time you smoke, you're like,
I'm
indica or
just like,
sativa?
yeah, thank you.
Wait, what are we smoking right now? Is this OG? People like that like
It's-
kind of kill me.
It's just so funny because it's like so lame now. Like it doesn't.
Yeah.
It's very legal. It's very legal in California at least.
It's not as counterculture as it
And
used
so,
to be.
yeah, it's like not counterculture.
It's almost nerdy.
There's
It's
like a
the
lot of like
opposite.
weed billboards. That's why cool dudes do coke, you know? That's why yeah, I'm getting really into coke culture.
There's
That's
actually
my new thing is I'm really into I'm going to become the Doug Benson of cocaine.
wow. I mean,
that's my new career path.
yeah.
Getting
Yeah.
wait, getting
Super.
I'm trying to
super high
think of,
made
I
and
was
you're
trying
just
to think
coked
of
out
like
for 30
getting Doug with
days.
high, but it's about coke.
Dude, there's a lot of people that are kind of the Doug Benson of coke, and they live outside.
No. You need to
I would take that back.
yeah, you
I
need
feel
to take
bad.
that back.
Yeah, I have a huge.
No,
You know?
we wouldn't have none of these most of these performers at this festival, most of these musicians would not be here without cocaine.
Dude, it's really crazy to say that, but I really do think that like all the movies. So I know a lot of people in the film industry from Chicago. My dad is a gaffer. He has not told me these stories. He is completely separate of this whole account.
Yes.
But I do know that in the filmings of movies like Home Alone or the animations of Aladdin, they were on benders doing blow,
Hell yeah.
making the movie Aladdin. And,
yeah.
you know,
Yeah. That's I mean
it's pretty.
you know, people talk about Disney magic. What do you think they're talking about?
They're talking about, you
Talking
know, the
about
scene in Aladdin when
yayo, dude.
there's like, they're talking about yayo. There's a scene in Aladdin where they like blow sand into the air and it spells out sex.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you know that?
Right.
That's like a
No, I know, that's
Snopes 101.
No, Snopes entry level Snopes right there, dude. No, that I used to look at Snopes so much and just look at like, oh, did like Donald Duck say the N-word in Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Do you know about that one?
No.
Do you know about that?
I've never seen
know,
Who
Do you guys
Framed-
know about that? You know about that.
You've heard that one?
So there's.
I've probably heard. I've heard all
It's a pretty wild. I mean, there's like a part where they're. So Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Like it's I guess like a Disney movie. Yeah, it's a Disney movie.
I've never seen it.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
it's like
a
you really
classic.
should see it. Like we should maybe watch it
Later
tonight.
Yeah, sure.
We
Fuck
should
Vegas.
honestly maybe watch it tonight. It was a Disney movie, but it's like cartoons and live action, right? And they have like Warner Brothers characters in it, and like the agreement was like, oh, like they have to be in it as long as any Disney character. So like if Mickey Mouse is on screen for this amount of time, Bugs Bunny needs to be on screen for this amount of time.
Whoa.
You know?
I didn't know.
And so there's a scene where it's like Donald Duck and Daffy Duck playing dueling pianos, and at one point it does sound like Donald calls Daffy the N-word.
I feel like a lot of this podcast has revolved around people not supposed to say the N-word that are saying the N-word.
Yeah,
Daffy Duck is a duck, though. I don't know where he falls into the whole thing.
It is funny how much of this podcast has been centered around the N-word.
Yeah.
A word that
Two white guys.
a word that neither of us say.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
You know, I was a rap tour DJ for Joey Perp for 2 years, and I never did it and never got fucking caught on camera or some shit. You know, I'm on Jumbotrons consistently turning up, screaming the lyrics to the songs.
At the Joey
But when
shows?
the words come,
Wait,
when that word comes...
Wait, Jumbotrons.
Oh, we did some Jumbotron shows. Festivals.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We played Lollapalooza to what seemed like an ocean of people. We took Skepta's set because Skepta, his visa got denied. So we took his set at 6:30 at Perry's, which is like the
Amazing.
lit. That's like the most crack and shit.
Yeah.
And we brought out Twista
Wow.
and Saba.
What? Do they have a song together?
No, he just came out and performed Overnight Celebrity. It was just a matter.
Amazing.
It was a matter of him
That's so great.
being able to do it.
We
And
did.
Saba came out too. That
Was tight when we did Teen Party. Me, you, and Joey.
Teen Party was really fun at the East Room in Chicago. Yeah, it's a
For
classic.
those that don't know, I used to have a party called Teen Party that was
Is it
21
dead?
plus. I
It's
ended this
RIP.
last year.
I know. I
I
just didn't know
haven't-
if you ever like formally ended it or if it just like
no,
died
I
off.
formally
If
ended
it was like you put
the
it-
final one
eh.
was like Gravestone, RIP Teen Party.
Damn.
It was this party where I used to like aux cord DJ, and it was 21 plus, but it was called Teen Party.
Kids were
and-
mad at me for that shit.
What's that?
I posted
that
the
was
flyer and they were
called Teen
like,
Party.
"This like people were
Everybody's
DMing
always
me,
like,
being like, this is some fucking
How
bullshit.
the fuck you gonna call
This
it
is a
Teen Party?
It's called
but
Teen Party,
yeah.
but there's no teens allowed." And I'm like,
it's
well,
like
duh, it's at a bar. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, but like,
what you want me to throw a thing
An
called
all
Teen
ages-
Party where I want teens to like
might as well
you
add
want
a
me to-
bubble machine.
yeah.
And just oh god, have a
Chris Hansen parentheses DJ set,
That is what I felt.
bro. Like, come on.
From the DMs I was getting, I was like, these people don't normally talk to me on the internet.
Yeah. Whoa.
For those at
There's
home,
a
I almost
mishap.
just body slammed
Yeah.
the mic on accident.
This man is off the Modellos right now.
Yeah, we're off the big Modell. You know, there's that like song. It's Modella time. It's
Oh,
Modella
yeah, yeah.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, classic.
It's
oh
like
yeah, I think I know
some
about that
California
because
shit.
of Jack Wagner's Instagram.
Yeah, I was about to say it's totally.
Yeah.
He's been on fire recently too. By the way,
With the TikTok.
I've never
archives and-
seen some shit like that in my entire life.
Why do good girls like bad guys?
This is a video.
I've had this question for a real long time.
It's a video of like I don't even know how to really describe it. It's like dudes that are like cops or something. They're like just like in their weird 1-bedroom apartment in their weird city that they live in, and they like have one contact and that's all white, and like one side in like a Hawaiian shirt with flames all
Yeah,
over
this
it or
video is
something.
kick-ass.
I don't even know how to really describe this, but it shows the transition of a man going from being just his normal everyday person into being the baddie that he really is. It's crazy. I don't know how to further describe the videos though.
No, it's
You gotta see it to believe it. I didn't think these people existed. I'm from an urban area.
Well,
from the city. I'm from a
these
city.
videos are there's this app. It used to be called Musical.ly and now it's called TikTok. And guys make these videos where they like in the first part of the video, they're dressed like a nerd, and then they're dressed like a bad boy. But it's the song where it's like, why do good girls like bad guys?
Whose song is that?
I don't know.
I've
for
never-
a real
I've
long
also
time. And
never
it's like,
heard that song
I'll be
until
a
these
bad boy, and then like the camera changes, and they're like badass now.
Yeah.
But it's always like, some freak.
They're
it's
like
all
dressed like Trippie Red all of a sudden.
Right.
And you're like, damn.
By the way, I didn't know how good Trippie Red was until very recently. His new album's like really good.
I'm not into it.
Really?
Yeah. I like that he's from the Midwest. That's cool.
There's like a few songs on
It's
that.
him personally.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you think he'll hear this podcast? Do you think he'll be mad at me? Fuck
Trippie
Knox
Red.
Fortune. No.
Does Trippie Red listen to Talkhouse?
Probably, dude.
Probably.
Yeah, you never know who listens to what. I'm more of a Juice WRLD guys. If we're going
I do love Juice WRLD.
yeah, if
I
we're going
respect
into
him.
like emo rap categories,
Yeah.
like Lil Uzi's great. Juice WRLD, he makes, dude. The Lucid
I've
Dream
always,
song is
like-
incredible.
I mean, Lil Uzi Vert, I feel like nobody lets their nuts hang more than Lil Uzi Vert.
Yeah, no, he's definitely the biggest
like
nut hanger.
He is like he's based.
Yeah, dude, that is
Yeah.
the ultimate word. He's very based. He's within. He does no competition.
Yeah.
He does exactly what
no,
he's
and
doing.
he's like it's pure and it's unfiltered. He really like I think Lil Uzi Vert is living his best life.
yeah, very
and
genuinely. I
you
love
know,
him.
I'm proud of him.
So last year, Lollapalooza, not this past summer, but the summer prior, I was side stage that Lil Uzi Vert was about to headline.
Yeah.
And he was late, and it was pouring rain. It was like a thunderstorm, and it looked like The Matrix Reloaded. Like the audience looked like The
Yeah.
Matrix Reloaded in that weird like orgy sort of vibe that they were doing in that movie. And Lil Uzi Vert pulls up to his show late as fuck in
Amazing.
an Escalade with
Amazing.
a girl in the backseat. He has no shirt on. He gets on the Escalade, does the classic like, for the viewers at home, it's like when you put your fist to your jaw and like crack your neck
Yeah.
both ways, like how like Bugs Bunny might do it or
Yes.
something. And then he just walks up on the stage, no shirt on, and just goes, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And it starts playing Money Longer. And the crowd just turned into this psycho like craziness. And then
That song
lightning
is
struck.
amazing.
It's amazing. And then
Yeah.
lightning struck, and then you have to shut down the festival when there's lightning. And immediately he took his shoes off. A man ran up with the shoebox for the shoes and a towel, a soft towel.
Holy
wiped
shit.
the shoes down because they were wet.
Yeah.
And then he went back to his Escalade barefoot and drove away from the festival after playing 3 songs.
He drove?
No, he was in the backseat.
Oh, he was in the
But he literally played an 8-minute set.
Yeah.
And then there was lightning, and then he had to just go back. It was.
probably got-
I was like, that was the greatest show of my entire life. It was
Yeah.
every bit of rock star I
He got
wished
like
for.
a very healthy check off of that too.
Oh, I'm sure he got like multiple hundred thousands of dollars. He was
Yeah.
headlining.
Right.
It was a headliner. Yeah.
Yeah, I got so mad today because, like, we're in Vegas, and my friend Jeremy hits me like, "Oh, dude, like, so his girlfriend Allison is with him, and she won $1,000
Oh yeah, you're telling me about this.
Yeah, I told
From a
you about
slot
this
machine,
earlier.
right?
From like a 25-cent slot machine, and I was like,
That's incredible.
"Fuck, man!" Like I was thinking about like how much I got paid for the festival, and I was like, should have just played the slots, man.
Yeah.
Like, I
It's only
should've just-
25 cents. It's not much of a
Yeah.
gamble at all.
Damn, dude.
What gamble?
Fuck.
Last time I was here, it was in between Coachella weekends because Coachella is 2 weekends now for some reason, and we had to like kind of like make use of the middle time. So I did a show opening for another artist, and then we spent
Who are you opening for?
Laney.
Oh yeah, we were talking about
Yes.
Lainey. One of them dated Dua Lipa, who is such a fucking babe. I want to.
Yo,
I do really want to
Don't
watch.
say that on this podcast because one time, so my girlfriend asked me, "Who's your celeb crush?"
Oh,
I
dangerous.
don't really dive into celebrity shit at
Yeah.
all. I don't know many celebrities. I don't care
Yeah.
about celebrities really. And I saw a picture of Dua Lipa that day that I was like, she's kind of a baddie. And,
she's a babe.
And on...
Can we pull up the electricity video, please?
Oh, you love this video. And,
I'm obsessed.
And so I told her that I thought
Can we pull it up
Dua
on like the
Lipa
big screen?
could be my celeb crush.
Yeah,
and she
that's fair.
ever since has been like, dude, it's crazy how she reacts to just the words Dua Lipa. She's like, stupid Dua Lipa.
Wow.
like she hates Dua Lipa.
Yeah,
and I
lines-
actually
lines
don't
have
know
been
very
drawn.
much about Dua Lipa. I think she's cool though.
Damn. No, she seems super cool. I think we should date. we've done our time, right? We done enough time. This is good, right?
Let's
This
do it.
is-
Let's do
okay,
an
I know
audible
you can't-
clink. We should
you
do a
can't-
big clink
yeah,
of the
yeah,
glasses,
let's do like
right?
a clink.
That's us cheersing.
ASMR.
This is ASMR level. Brandon Wardell. Brandon Wardell and I are cheersing right now.
It's me, Brandon,
Yeah.
with my friend Kevin, and we're drinking
Coming up over on your left ear right now.
drinking Modell right now.
Big Modelo. Good Modelo times. Deep in the beers.
Yeah, do we have any, should we, by the way, this is, I know you can't verbally say anything, but just nod. This was like the best, this was probably the best one that you've recorded this weekend. By
He said
far.
by far, yeah.
By far.
I just read the lips.
He just
yeah. by
just
far.
he just said by far, because that's the thing, is these other people you're bringing in here, they're not podcast vets like me, and you bring me in here and I'm potting my ass off
I'm lucky enough to
because
be with a veteran, you
I'm
know?
a fucking vet. I'm a fucking vet. This is what happens when you got to bring in the podcast vets.
yeah.
You know?
This is podcast magic, you
Get-
know? I've
you
never
know,
seen anything like it in my life.
Get pod vets in
Yeah.
here, you know.
Audible ASMR cheers.
But
Ready?
we're drinking beer.
Knox, Brandon, thank you so much for joining us here on the Talkhouse Podcast to make some podcast magic.
Every time, baby.
Josh, I cannot wait to get out to Life is Beautiful this year.
The sunshine, the bands,
11th Street Records.
the sunshine, the gambling.
In the meantime, listeners, if you enjoyed today's show, definitely check out episodes with Vic Mensa and Ohm, both Chicago artists who Knox has collaborated with pretty extensively. And also the other episodes that we recorded at Life is Beautiful. That's Sylvan Esso with SNL's Anna Dresden and the drums with Jabuki Young White.
For behind-the-scenes pictures, follow Talkhouse on Instagram, Facebook, and any other social media you might decide to use.
Our researcher for today's episode is Madeline Feltus. Today's talk was recorded and co-produced by Mark Yoshizumi. Thanks to Ronald Corso at National Southwestern in Las Vegas.
The Talkhouse theme was composed and performed by The Range.
Till next week, I'm Elia Einhorn.
And I'm Josh Modell.
Peace.
Goodbye. All night I've been drinking, all night I've been drinking. I'm just going to keep doing it, you guys.